name's Sol Papadopoulos. I'm a producer and co-founder of a company called Hurricane Films. We're based in Liverpool on Hope Street. Every day is very different. Most of the time we spend is developing projects and trying to raise the finance for those films. Yeah, there's a lot more content being made than ever because there's a lot more opportunities for that to be exposed on streamers and broadcasters and television networks around the world. My advice for new and upcoming people in the industry is kind of keep at it and also use the technology that's accessible nowadays. When I was coming up, it was 16mm film and it was kind of hard to get and it was expensive. Even so, I managed to find a cheap way of doing that, but it's now more accessible than ever. So I'd say get out there and make the films that you believe in and the stories that you want to tell.
My name is Paul Dixon and I work at the Liverpool Film Office. My title at the minute is Locations Apprentice. At the end of this week, moving on to go freelance to be a location assistant and then hopefully work my way up to be a location manager. That's the end goal for me, I think. So an average day in my role is sort of I get to the office. Part of that is one of our main roles at the minute is bringing productions to the city as well as facilitating current production going on. At the same time, any productions going on, we also sort of balancing that facilitation. So things like road closures, parking suspensions, resident liaison, keeping on top of all that, speaking to productions, and making sure it's all ticking over. My advice would be for people coming into the industry at the minute would be to sort of really do some proper research into what role you want to do. So it's great having that enthusiasm where you're dying to go on set, but people want to see someone who's looked into the role they want to do. They want someone who wants to progress in a certain role. And think of a manager, you'd want to train someone up who wants to do your job. You wouldn't just want anyone who wants to do film because it's film. So I'd say definitely research your role, figure out a career path and then start working on getting experience in that.
Hello, my name is Emmett Barlow and I'm a production coordinator in television dramas. So an average day in the production office for me could be anything from drafting contracts, health and safety training. I think one of the biggest opportunities is being in the Northwest. It is a really, really good place to be at the moment. There's a lot of high-end TV dramas, feature films, both basing themselves in Liverpool, and it is one of the most diverse filming areas in the country. So one of the highlights of my career is working on Little Boy Blue, which is an ITV drama which filmed in the city about Rhys Jones and the police investigation and the trials of it. That's one of my proudest moments, one of the projects that I'm most proud of working on.
I'm Chris Wood and I'm a freelance producer. There isn't an average day in my role really. I'm not dodging the question, it completely depends at which point you're at during a production. Like pre-production, there'll be a lot of reading, a lot of being on the phone, a lot of being on the laptop. Production, obviously it's going on the shoot, so the day starts early and finishes late. Then post-production, they're edit days, so you're in the edit suite from early till late, just dubbing, and so it just depends which point you're in. There isn't that's. I'll probably answer another question by saying that's probably the best part of the job is there isn't a normal day really. I think my advice to people who want to get into the industry, just be kind and be helpful, and if you can be useful as well, then you'll always find something to do in telly.